Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Motorsport Manager. It is Surging Absurdity, second challenge of the pro level, time for race 5 in Phoenix. And as I mentioned a bit last time, we're definitely into the middle speedway type of the circuit. The Phoenix course needs top speed and spoiler for high speed corners. Very similar setup for Dubai and Guildford as well. So these three are going to be the high speed ones. And so generally speaking, I think I tend to do better in those for whatever reason. And unfortunately, there's no Milan. And I only say unfortunately because I have a soft spot for Milan. It was the first race I ever did a podium finish on this game with. So just tend to remember those things. But anyway, let's check through our emails. Channel 6 interview. What are my main worries at the moment? Now, this is an interesting question. Need to improve the car. That's not true. Upgrading the HQ. Driver lineup is weak, so we have to think of some changes. And I don't have any worries at all. The team looks great. And this is one of those where from a PR point of view, you know, I'm sort of going to deflect it here. I'm not going to be completely honest because it is the driver lineup. We got to replace Bags. But I'm going to say, you know, let's just upgrade that HQ. And that happens to make Chairman Einar Bohm happy. He's near max. And then we've just finished the suspensions. So we want to take a look at that before we do anything else. Where is it? Here we go. Okay, we've got 3 available. And is there a 4th that we want? We can't use either one of those, and we don't want... Yeah, so we want the 3. That's going to be the suspension that we want. And then we're going to want to build another one. Now, with this plus 5 days, it takes over 2 weeks to build. So the time is unfortunate. The cost, $400K, very reasonable. But the time is not great. Now, it's at 460, and of course, with this red zone subtracting, it's 15 points per 5%. So you can effectively add another 30. That'd be 490, and we're in the mid 350s right now. So this is going to be a significant boost, as you can see from the current best line there. But it's also going to take some time. So we're not going to be able to use this for the next race, and then the one after that we probably won't be able to use for the second race. Right now it says we're tops on everything, which is nice. And there's our car repairs. We've got some sponsors. We'll take a look at those a little bit later on. And we want to again improve top speed and the spoiler, engine and spoiler, and then the gearbox is the secondary priority. Let's just clear these out. Are there any reliability issues at all? I don't think there are. Nope. So okay, let's boost the spoiler and the engine. And then the gearbox, we can't boost that. So we want the brakes or the suspension. I think we want to throw on the brakes. Just because, you know, we're working on the suspensions right now. We'll be getting new ones. These are the ones we're going to be using for the rest of the season. Okay, and that's still going to get us finished well before. So we should be able to max out our performance, which is going to be great. Okay. And, yeah, everything's still looking good there. And there we go. That's done. And we've got the staff center up and going. Where is it? Right over here. So they've got, like, soccer field, they've got a building over here, you know, they've got some recreation centers, some places to meet, all that kind of fun stuff. Let's zoom in a little bit closer to see that. Now we got the fitness improvement for drivers, focus improvement for drivers, and improving staff stats. And again, this is a really good long-term thing. But it's not so much for a single season challenge. Don't really care that much. We don't have enough money to do much else. It's less than $1.5 million. And yes, factory staff is idle. So we just want to max out the current suspensions. Is about the only useful thing that they can do. The other thing is I could have them work on reliability for these suspensions so that we could use those temporarily. I didn't even think about doing that, but why not? If we max that out, 4 days after the race. Let's max out this first. And actually, we're going to have one suspension for the next race. So I'm thinking we want to use this suspension for the next race, and then the new one, if you will. So we don't really need to put the effort in there. So if we do this, look at that, 1 hour before the race for both. Well, that's going to work out just perfectly. Yeah, I didn't even think about the fact that, you know, since we've backed everything else out, let's use the interim items since the suspensions we're working on are going to take so long. So I don't think I've ever done that before, but it does make sense, I think. Let's roll with it. What do we have going on? Mia Holgersson wants a test track. Would help her improve her skills as a racer. Might have the space to build a powertrain unit. Massively helping new engines we designed. What do you think? What I think is that it costs several $1 million that we don't have. Lane Moeller, 50 laps for Phoenix. A little over 2.5 miles. Lap record is 122. I doubt it's going to be quite that high. Bone dry. High-speed circuits with suiting strong engines. And soft and medium tires. Okay, let's see where we're at. And yeah, we're still thinking about an hour before the race. Okay. Let's just go ahead and do that. The Challenger Series has to put in their 2 cents. And, yeah. Oh, goodness. We have, Tommy Klein says Mia Holgersson has a great chance of winning. Mia's also concerned about catching Lori. Well, you're tied with Lori. They're currently literally tied in the standings. And Vittoria Corsa going to continue to struggle. We'd like some of Will Bagg's time for interview. Is that okay? We'll reimburse you for the time we used naturally. I don't really need the money. I could afford the morale hit, but why do it if I don't need it? Just say it's a distraction and call it a day. And let's make sure, yeah, 1 hour, 34 minutes before the race, so we're happy with that. Okay, we've got our new suspension designed. This one right here. And then we want, yeah, they're going to tell us that's finished. Let's get another one just like it rolling. Another 400K. And then let's also boost I do want to finish this up because I want to max that out for this race. So I actually don't think I want to add this one on. It doesn't do any good. We'll be able to handle it for the next race because that's the only thing we'll be working on. So let's just go ahead and performance work complete. Factory staff idle, and now let's throw that one in. And we'll just split the time evenly. Doesn't really matter, they're not going to get any work on it done before the race. Let's take a look at our sponsors. We have Ishikawa Malt Whiskey, $1 million up front, 1.2 million bonus if we win. Northern Harbor, 1.25 million up front, and 880K for doing second or better. And Notify, nothing up front, 700K for doing second or better. A big bonus for Russia, but I still don't see why we would want to take that one. So it's between these two. The question is whether we plan on using it or not, basically. Larger upfront payment, but less during the race. And I think Holgerson, I mean, since Holgerson's like favored to win, we've got the best car. Holgerson's not the best driver, but she's good. She's favored to win this next race. So I'm going to go for it and take Ishikawa. That'll take us up to almost 2 million. And we're not going to see any more for a few races. It's going to be close to the end of the season by the time we see any more sponsors. So they kind of are what they are at this point. Okay, and we're definitely going to want to... Yeah, we're going to hit that. And see, the thing is, if we win either qualifying or the race, it would be better than getting both from Wanchai. So all we have to do is finish first in one of them. And finish them both, great. But if we finish first in one of them, we're still ahead of the game. Let's get some parts going. Let's see if we can... Now, that is slightly better suspension for Holgerson. But we're going to throw this one on bags. Glad to have the better car. And then pick to finish first. And bags picked to finish second. I think he was down lower like third or fourth before... you know, taking a look at that. So, weather, 31 degrees for practice. That's hot. Hot for qualifying. Pretty hot for the race. Definitely going to want to be using the medium tires here. So, I mean, yeah, if we finish top two, that would just be spectacular. Let's take a look at our car comparison first. We're actually second in the top speed now to Spartan. Acceleration is first. Brakes are first. First in all of the corners. Especially, of course, for bags with that much better. I wanted to just check and see. Yeah, 355 versus 420. So it's not as good as ones we're going to get, but it's still very much an improvement. Let's get out there. Like the prime perch in the background, very much a Best Buy generic thing there. $315 is going to be our bonus. Weather, 32, 31 degrees, dry as can be. I like being about there, I think. And yeah, let's definitely start on the mediums. Both drivers. Let's just lock those in. I'd like to get some on the softs for qualifying, but that's very much going to be a secondary concern. And I don't want to tweak it too much ahead of time, because we're always going to have to change it anyway. You know what? I'll let you go out for that one lap of qualifying trim, just to get your setup. Okay. Well, I'll let you guys both do that for that first adjustment. But that's going to be it. You're both going to just go out and in. And we're just going to see how you like the initial setup. Make that first set of adjustments and then switch to race trim, which is definitely where we want to hammer on the most. And you see the medium tires in standard approach, they're already heating up. At 32 degrees, we would need hard tires to even have a chance, so it's going to be 28 only for the race, so maybe they'll hold in okay for that. And both drivers looking good, just above and just below 7. So I like that. Okay, well, we're happy with the handling, and everything else got to be changed. Low speed or high speed? I think we're going to guess on the high speed for the cornering. And then the speed balance, again, probably going to want to be high. Try to put that about there. Yeah, and that's probably going to be a little bit off, but it should be reasonably close. And I only want to do... These are short laps. I'm going to set both of them on 8 laps of race trim. I just want to get the race trim and then worry about everything else. 73% for Bags. And he's pretty much in the same boat. Try that. Again, race trim 8 laps. Stay on the same tires. And away we go. Eventually, once we make the changes. Let's hope they're the right ones. But yeah, either way, we've burned 2 minutes, but we're going to focus in on our race trim the rest of the way. Or until we get it. I wouldn't even have done the 1 lap of qualifying if this was not a short track like Phoenix. But since it is, we should be okay. Still looking like 31 and dry. Holgerson's form going up, Bags is going down. Still, she's had a very, very bad year in terms of form. So if she could have a good race today, that would just help that much more in her prospects of winning. So 1:14 by Lori, the time to beat so far. Neither driver liking the weight ballast, so we'll change that at some point. But all the times bunched pretty close together. That only gives Holgersson 7th, and then just a few tenths back, Bags in 18th. 8.4, very nice. And I'm going to have to back off on the tires, unfortunately. There's our level 1 race trim. Took 4.5 or so to get it. So we're probably going to hit pretty much right at the end. Here, I don't see us having any extra time to go qualifying or hit the soft tires. Let's go conserve here for some time. Gabler going under 114. First driver to manage that. Holgersson up to 4th. Even with her complaints about the setup. Although Bags likes the speed ratios, but he's not doing too well time-wise. Of course, backing off to conserve, we'll do that. Holgersson liking the handling. So it looks like we're close on the handling and the speed, and we just got to adjust the ballast. Yep, we know you don't like it. So that one was a lot faster. It took us less than 4 minutes for that one. So, and when we get close to the starting line again, I'm going to go back up to neutral on the tires. But we could have a little bit of time left over at the end here. So get another lap or two. I'm going to want to check that. Maybe come in and probably not make any changes. Just switch to like qualifying and softs and see if we can do anything on those. Yeah, let's go neutral now. Just see what kind of time we get going full speed. Yep, they're happy with everything but the ballast. I am concerned about Bags. I mean, I just feel like he ought to be faster than he is. All the way back in 19th. Up to 4th is Holgersson. Bags up to 10th. Okay. Yeah, we should be able to come in now. Not going to make that call yet on Bags until I'm sure we're going to hit that mark. Yeah, we're going to hit it. Down to 7th and 11th. We're not going to be able to get out there for much, so we're just going to... We'll make any changes setup we need to later. We're just going to switch tires and stints. Ooh, that's not as good as I thought it would be. Poor, great, and good. 81%. We're definitely going to have some adjusting to do tomorrow. Qualifying and softs. Qualifying and softs for you as well. 73%. Yikes. Although it's great here, you just can't stand the cornering. Well, at least we should have a good shot at getting faster. And I think we're unlikely to get the softs, but maybe we get the first level of qualifying. And Lori, 113.4. I'm sure we'll see some times down around 112 when we get to everybody qualifying. A lot depends on whether we can get around to start this next lap, and I don't think we will. Nope. That's it. So yeah, we're not getting qualifying. That's okay. I just wanted to I got my mediums and I got my race trim. Anything else we get, which we didn't get anything, but it was great. Would have been gravy. Fans won't like our times, but it'll be fine. And Lori in first, Gabler second, and those are indeed, generally speaking, going to be our top rivals. Sevilla down in 11th, Cruz 15th, so maybe other teams aren't going to be looking that great either. Must be worried, not at all. Holgerson disappointed, yep, like I thought, everybody's upset. And, of course, we have no relevant bonuses. So, let's take our free adjustment session. I'm going to switch to the mediums until we know what we've got. Okay, so that was okay. And that was poor. So we want to be like right in that area. Handling just a little bit more in the oversteer direction. This is poor, and that's good. I think we probably maybe overshot a little. I want to try to bring the speed back a little. Okay, but the main thing is get the cornering down like about there. Bring the speed back. Let's try that. Yeah, let's just try that a little bit. See which direction that goes for that. We're going to try that out for Holgerson. And then let's take a look at bags. I think, see, his bars tend me to think maybe he wants just a tad more speed. So I'll try that with him. Well, where was... because that was poor. I don't think he wants it quite as high. But probably up there. I'm going to try like between the C and the O type of area. Yeah. And then the speed balance. Let's shorten that up to about here. Get that back to somewhere close. Well, that's more than somewhere close. That's really close. Okay. Let's bring this back to about there. And this will probably be a little bit off, but I'm okay with that. I just want to get it close. Okay, for both drivers, I just want to do a start and stop, of course. I don't even much care what the weather is. It's about the same as it was. Obviously, we're not going to get anything done with these. We're just going to go out and have them tell me what they think. Want to make some adjustments. Many as we need to, really. We can probably handle a couple rounds of this, and then we will go out and try to actually set a time. Both drivers looking above average or better. So that's good to see. And again, it's nice that Phoenix is a short track to let us get away with doing more of this. 99%. Well, Mia, even though the handling isn't excellent, it's only great. Let's try to... Well, how far off was it? Okay, so I'd like to move the handling a little more that way, if I could. I don't know. I mean, that's probably going to throw the other ones off more, though. I mean, it's 99%. Yeah. Let's not quibble with it. Let's just keep it where it is. Bags. 98%. Wow, boy, did we ever nail that. Well, guess what we're doing? We're leaving it right where it is. Okay, so when do we want to go out? Because we only want one run. We want to go out close to the end. Go out about 2.5, and I could do it a little bit later than that, I think. But why push it? So I'm just going to speed this up. Let everybody else feel happy with themselves. I don't think either one are going to be in danger of not making it, but Bags did really struggle during practice, so I will have him go second. And Gabler setting the mark, and yeah, it's just over 112. And there's Lori just under 112. And we're getting pushed out. That was true a little bit ago, Will, but we've got it set. Don't need to learn anything. I'm happy with your setup. Okay, then we'll switch to the slightly used softs. And Mia down to 6.3. She was up in the 7s. But again, you know, chances of her not making the top 15 are nil, so that frankly just doesn't matter. Bags being down to 5.2, and again, that does concern me just a bit. I think he's going to make it now that he has a much better setup than he had during practice, being down in the 70s. But, you know, with his getting older, it's just enough of an issue that it has me the slightest bit concerned. Okay, both drivers as perfect can be, and Holgerson with the fastest first sector despite a bit of traffic. So that could hardly be going much better. And just a hair behind Lori now. Okay. She's not happy with it, but it's second place. And Bag's looking competitive here. He's looking more than fast enough. Maybe 10th or so? 9th. Okay. And he's not happy with that either. But, you know, that's a solid first day. Lori at 6.4 form. The early standard to beat. And who did we lose? Nobody from the top teams. Spartan in 1st and 10th. We're 2nd and 9th. Hammer 3rd and 6th with Cruz and Gabler perhaps looking a little better than either one of us. And one of the nice things about having, you know, using the soft tires, and we're planning on using the mediums for the race, is that we can sort of do whatever we feel like here. We're going to probably have two shots at this one, and then do 3 on the final day, assuming that both drivers make it there. But I would expect that to be the case. So I'm just going to zoom ahead to about 6 minutes. And then we'll take our first shot at it. Again, I'm going to have Bags go second. Because, you know, he was only 9th last time. I'd like to have him be the one with the better grip if that ends up being a difference. Gabler literally 1,000th of a second slower than we got from Lori in the first session. And the grip is still getting better, so I think we're going to see those times go down even a little bit more. Yep, there's Lori back in front. See what Holgerson does on some fresh tires. Got some traffic to deal with, at least at first. So far, so good. It's a routine thing at this point to hit the temps, but I've still proven my ability to screw it up from time to time. It's always nice to see that lavender colored perfect and that arrow directly dividing the green. Now we have Holgerson ahead of the pace by almost 7/10. And almost a full track rubber now. So we expect to see some fast times for the rest of qualifying, I would assume, the rest of today and tomorrow. Oh, once again, Lori better in that second segment. Yep, and Holgersson slightly better than Lori in the third segment. And again, she's not happy with that. And Bags looking like he could possibly be as high as 5th after this. Yep. And he's not happy with that either, but he's about 0.3 seconds behind, which is where we were. I feel that that's about what our pace is. Holgersson able to contend for the pole, but probably not get it. And, you know, Bags a few tenths behind, but he should be able to make it into the top half of the field. Ooh, and we came in, I probably should have gone out a bit faster than that. We're going to come right in just after 2 minutes, so we're just going to immediately throw fresh tires on. And Bags now coming in. It's going to be tight for him to get this second run in. And I think he's good enough to make it anyway, but let's give it a shot. Yeah, I think it's going to be really close for Bags whether or not he actually gets there, and I'm going to say he probably comes up just short. Holgersson definitely will. $20 seconds to get across that line, Will. 10 seconds. Looks like he's going to make it. Less than 3 seconds to spare. Wow, Holgersson not going as fast as she did the first time, but she is still ahead of the pace of Lori, and not anymore. It's that second segment that always throws her for a loop. Yeah, and that would have been third only. So she's not happy with any of her runs. Bags' pace looking just a bit slower as well. Interesting that, oh well, now we can see why for him. Yeah, he got stuck in traffic there at the end. So Lori again on top, but Holgersson right there. Hashimoto close as well. Gabler and Cruz not far away. And again, none of the top teams. Spartan 1st and 10th. 4th and 5th for Hammer, 2nd and 7th. Very consistent. So, I mean, it's looking like, again, Hammer might be with 2 top 5 performances. They could be actually the team to beat, but them and Spartan and us all right there. Now today we're going to have Bags go out first, and I'm going to go out immediately and try to get in 3 sessions. I'm going to want Holgersson second because she's going to be trying to hit the pole. And I'm going to get her out as relatively quickly after Bags. Go about there. Let's not wait too much longer. We'll see, because I want to try to get in 3 runs at it. Get the best positions that we can since we don't have to worry about saving the tires. Whoa. Get going up there. Yeah, or your tires are not going to get hot enough. And they actually might not, but let's get Will there first. He's first up. And he will very briefly, of course, be setting the pace. Oh yeah, she's going to get there. But he will very briefly be setting the pace to beat. And he starts it at 8:33. And of course it's the best first sector. It's the only first sector. Gabler beating both of us, as Holgerson did not get off to a good start. Bags happy with just over 112. I think that's about a tenth better than he did yesterday. Or earlier today, rather. Wow, 111.5. That is blazing. And Holgerson, you know, half a second behind. Not a terrible time. A little slow for her, but not a terrible time. But, yeah. You might want to just put Andrea Gabler on the pole for that. We'll see, but... yeah, it's going to be... I think it's going to be just about perfect timing to just get in the 3. Maybe. Maybe. It's going to be tight. I'm going to need to make absolutely sure I don't spend any time in the pits. I'm just in and I'm out. 4th and 5th after the first session. I'd like to do better than that with Holgerson. And we've got a full track rubber now, so it's all about the racing. And yeah, nobody got within 1/3 of a second of Gabler. I mean, that just, it looks like one of those just blazing laps where it's going to be, well, everybody else have fun looking for the other spot in the front row because she's got that one locked down. Bags slower than he was the first time around. That's not encouraging. Yep. Holgerson looking possible. Yeah, she's faster. Good finish, and gets her into second. And really, that's a good time. I mean, 111.86 or something. Yeah, 111.86. That's a good time. I just, you know, Gabler blowing up. And now we're going to see if we get that 3rd lap in. I don't think it's going to be a problem for Bags. I think Holgerson is probably going to be just short. But we're going to try it anyway. And Bags has been 5th pretty steadily. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think she's going to be like literally a second or 2 short of the line, but she could just make it. And be even closer than Bags was in the qualifying too, I think. It's going to be so close for her. Hopefully she can pull it off. And of course, it doesn't do any good to just go faster to try to make it happen. Well, look at Lori, literally by less than a thousandth of a second taking that number 2 spot. But if I just go faster, then what happens? You know, you don't get the right temperature. Oh, we made it with 3 seconds to spare. Good job, Mia. I mean, you literally get we're getting the most out of this session. We're getting the and Holgerson down to 4th now. as Hashimoto getting a little bit close there to Gabler. Bags not improving, so he had his best time earlier, and it looks like Holgerson did too. Her weakest part is that second session, has been all weekend. But yeah, that was a tenth slower. So she just wasn't happy with any of her time. She wasn't able to pull off that good lap, and Gabler just laid that one down early on and said it's over. And she was right. Phoenix Pool goes to Gabler. It was a superb lap. I mean, you just got to hand it to her. She did fantastic. Let's take a look at the standings real quick. And, you know, so Hammer gets the 2 points, but I'm okay with that, because they're further behind. I'm worried about Spartan in this race. There's enough of a gap between them that Hammer can do what they want. I'm worried about Spartan. And, of course, where we finish. Oh, we'll go with our medium and our race trim. And, of course, we'll start aggressively. Anytime you're in the top half, you pretty much want to do that. Okay. So, 16 laps, we're not going to get that much out of it. And then, I think this is pretty much a two-stop race. I want to have minimal fuel at the beginning. And I do mean minimal. And then, you know, grab a couple sets of mediums later. Minimal fuel at the beginning and burn those tires. So I think I'm going all the way down to 4 laps. Both drivers. Now, the one issue with this is that it's going to make our first pit stop longer than everybody else's, because they don't have to spend the time at the beginning of the race to you know, put the extra fuel in. Obviously, that's free time, and then they've, you know, our first stop, we're going to have to add more fuel than they do. But I still like the idea of being faster. We'll see how it works out. Gabler 6, Hashimoto 7 in the front. Then Lori 6 and Holgerson 6 behind. Cruz 7, Bags 5 in the third row. So overall, having Bags up in the third row is not bad. And of course, let's remember to go hybrid from the start. Holgerson with a good start. Well, had Lori there for a minute. Oh my goodness, Lori going wide there initially before we even get to the first turn, and that is just spectacular for us. We are in second or third, yeah. We are moving up second and fourth at the moment. Really good start for Wolfhagen. Can we keep it rolling? Still second and fourth with Hashimoto out there. Ooh, my. Got to go back down to conserve now. The tires are getting fried. Go conserve. Now it's going to be harder to hold the positions here. Certainly not to the end of the race, but that's not what we're trying to do. And Holgerson managing to hold on to second anyway. She's racing pretty well, and Bags is decent. Hashimoto pulling away and also burning the tires more than we are. So let's shift down to medium. Yeah, and we're up high enough in the field. We should be able to just harvest here and get that fuel down. So Holgerson holding on to second place well, falling back of Hashimoto. Lori already up to 14th, but that initial mishap for Lori is really going to play into our hands. A gift from Spartan, who as of right now would get no points. Hammer would beat us, Atsuno would beat us, but we'd have a 12-point lead at the end, which is more than we have now. So, and if you look at it, now we have, what, 37-30, yeah, we have a 6-point lead. We double our overall lead, despite Hammer beating us and Atsuno. So, yeah, we're going to want to do several laps of hybrid, so let's switch to that. Let's go ahead and go neutral here, Holgerson. See if you can hold them off. Where are we at in traffic with Bags? Yeah, he's got some traffic. Let's go. Well, now let's stay conserved with him for a bit. Like to get it a little bit lower for him, and then maybe make a run at some of the cars ahead of him. We'll see. I could just try to hold up the people in back, including Lori, but I don't think I want to mess with that. Yeah, and Holgerson still just barely hanging on, so I'm glad I switched up the tires there. Both drivers just over a lap of fuel. Just going to get what they can out of these tires and then switch it up. Christina Capello causing a collision and gets a drive-through penalty. Already in 18th. Yep, let's see if we can. They're really coming up on us now. Kaluza, Sevilla. Let's see if we can at least hold them off their Bags. Go back up to neutral. See how Holgerson is doing it. Holgerson now pulling away a bit from Gabler and Cruz. So let's go ahead and back off on the tires there. 4-second gap to Hashimoto. Hashimoto has half our energy though and is driving very aggressively. And again, is typically known for that. Atsuno just does that with Hashimoto for whatever reason. Yep, position's holding steady. Now that may not continue to be the case, but doing all right with it so far. And Holgerson takes the lead as Hashimoto takes the early pit. Bags up to 5th. And he's created some separation. I'm going to go conserve with him, see if maybe he has a chance to push it later. Yeah, overtaking Lori is not the case. Blasi there. But Lori is coming up on Bags. Let's go back up to neutral and hold that as much as we can as Lori comes up through the field. I think it's time to go neutral with Holgersen as well. .5 for Holgersen. Bags not driving well, but Holgersen is, and Bags drops to 5th anyway, behind Lori. No question who the faster one is there. Lori, with all that traveling up through the field, still just 5+ seconds behind us. I wish that was more. And Holgersen gonna run out of fuel first. I think I want Holgersen to come in on the next lap. Well, Holgersen's fuel is better. You know what? Let's have Bags come in now. Switch to mediums. Average 25 laps, and we only need to get 40. That's fine. So this is lap, what, 11? Okay, so we want to get about 20 out of this. And I'm going to go with 12 laps of fuel. Might not need that much. And there goes Bags into the pit. Then Holgersen will come in this time. I want to get about 19 laps here. I go with 12 again. I never know how much to go for these because I don't know how far back I'm going to get, and therefore how much harvesting. And I feel like I'm getting too much, but I just don't know how it's going to work. Bags out in 17th is going to be able to harvest 19th. He's going to be able to harvest up a storm, at least for a while. Holgersen leading by 2.5 seconds. And comes in with 5% and less than a quarter lap of fuel. Gabler taking the lead. And down to the bottom half of the field where we'll be able to harvest some. Okay. Yep, and you can see other drivers coming in after and then leaving sooner. They had to get less fuel. And Holgersen, you know, still behind, 15th and 19th now. Should be able to harvest quite a bit. And the temperature to the tires is still going to go up. It's just not going to go up as fast. Yeah, okay, Capello's struggling here. Let's just switch to high and get by. Yeah, 8.3 for Holgersen, driving very well right now. Let's not get stuck behind. Come on, Mia. Don't dink around with this. There's a potentially good inside line. We draw even, but can't make it stick. And then we end up on the outside of that. Good grief. Not very happy with how that went. You know what, let's have Bags turn up the pressure as well. Try to get through some drive. Well, nope. Go medium and conserve. Good grief, Holgerson. Boy, this is a bad section for us. Probably gonna end up costing us some time. Well, definitely gonna cost us some time. Question is whether it costs us positions. Okay, medium and conserve now. So 18th and 11th. Hashimoto and Lori only among those who have pit, and we have better tires than Lori, are ahead of us. And Bags would be about middle of the field. Pretty comfortable spot. I'm okay with him conserving the tires right now. And Holgerson with several seconds in front. And Gabler behind. So we're going to pay attention to that and try to hold off that spot. Hashimoto burning through the tires is going to have to make another pit stop. I'm not particularly worried there. It's Lori that's the issue. And we were catching up. Bags was in a bit of traffic. Let's take a look. Nope, not yet. Get a little bit closer and maybe I'll push again. So a third of the way through the race, and I'm not sure what we've got, but I think we've got an issue catching Lori. You know, and I may have to rethink how much fuel I put in the car at the beginning. Maybe starting with a full tank and having faster pit stops is a better idea. Bags has got to go hybrid. I want to see how much time a lap of fuel adds, roughly to the pit stop. I think I need to compare that to how much time you gain on the track by being lighter. Definitely time for Bags to push it up to neutral and also go harvest. And yeah, let's go neutral here. Now we're up to 4th and 11th. And effectively 2nd and 9th. Hashimoto back out and burning up the tires again. Overall, we seem to be staying at that 4+ second gap behind Lori. Although maybe we're closing it up now. How aggressively is Lori driving at the moment? Yeah, Lori's driving more conservatively, trying to hold on to the tires. I think I want to come in at lap 30 and 31, or about that. Although if we've got enough fuel and hybrid, you know, that I might want to change those times. Yeah, Bags, time for you to push some. See if you can... Ooh, 3.4. You're just not having a good day, are you? See if we can get ahead of some of these cars in front of you here. There's a pass on Jarita Dutt, getting you up to 8th. See if we can get you back up into the points. Yep, and Lori is first, 4+ seconds ahead. I think I've got to seriously reconsider that low fuel starting strategy, which is usually the best. But I think... yeah. I think that the other drivers being able to have shorter pit stops might be hurting me more than it's helping me. I don't know. Gotta do the calculations on that. Where are we at in traffic here, Bags? Okay, I think it's time for you to back off some, and also to go hybrid, just for a little bit. Go conserve. So we did get it under 4 seconds. .3. Let's take this down to just about a lap. Just over. Okay, now go hybrid. Then we'll go through whatever that gives us, which should be right about at lap 30. So I think we're timing that out pretty well with Holgerson. Do have better tires than Lori. I feel like we're making up some of the gap. But boy, after he blew that first turn, I didn't expect to be trying to chase him down. And Bag's just having a bad driving day, but is up to 6th. And ahead is Kaluza, who's burning through tires at a ridiculous rate. We'll have to go in soon. So right now, Spartan would be a point behind us, because Sevilla is in 4th. So gotta hope that Lori and Sevilla don't finish that high. Yep, and there's Lori pulling back out again as we went to conserve on the tires. Bags up to 5th, with Blasi trying to get by but not succeeding, and we'll have to come in soon anyway. And then we can go hybrid. Bags, I think, is definitely going to be out here a little bit longer on this stint. Holgerson. And what a guessing game it's going to be in terms of how much fuel to take on that final stint. And Rodriguez has crashed, only a partial yellow. Unfortunate for Rafael, but was not a major competitor of ours. Up to neutral as we continue our efforts to try to get in contact with Lori. We gain like, you know, half a second or so to about where we are now, and then we lose it back. Yeah, this is going to be Holgersson's final lap. It's 30. Another fresh set of mediums. We need to get 20. And I think I need most of it in fuel. This last time I picked up 12 and it was enough, but I think we're going to be up higher in the field this time as it spreads out. $14 or $15 sounds about right to me. I'm going to go with 14. Looks like it's a second. Each lap of fuel takes a second. Huh. And yeah, a lap of fuel is 0.073 seconds, so we get that 10 or 12 laps at the beginning. Yeah, for this track at least, as fast as it is, as long as you spend in the pit row, I think I actually had the wrong starting strategy. I should have started with more fuel. Okay. So 14 laps. All depends on how far back we get pushed. Do I want to go 15 and then... Yeah, I'm just going to go 15 and then push it harder if I need to. Go ahead and push the tires for that last little bit, Mia. Bags temporarily up to 4th. He'll come in. Now, he doesn't need as much. He needs 19 laps. He's going to be able to use a lot more charge. Frankly, I think even 10 is too much. I'm going to go with 9. Wow. Back to 11th. I didn't think I was going to drop back that far. Okay. Edwards repairing. Well, I think I've got to go high to use up some of this fuel. Really think I misjudged the fuel on her. That's unfortunate. I'm not going to gain up like a second of time with every lap of fuel I burn, but now that I'm out there. Bags out in 13th. And Holgersson already up to 9th. Bunch of other cars are going to pit soon. Okay, go ahead and back off to medium. There's a bunch of other cars going to go in soon. Well, who is this? This is Trenoweth. Yeah, okay, let's go high and try to get by Trenowith. Bags loses a spot to Hashimoto, of all people, who will have to pit again for a 4th time. Come on, me, I want to back off on the tires and whatnot here, but you've got to get by first. And there goes Lorian. Goodness. Make the pass. Gonna have to go conserve. Go medium and conserve here for a bit. That sucks. That did not work out well at all. I just feel like I haven't got... Like, there's too many variables. I haven't really got an excellent hold on the strategy for this. And Lori comes out on softs that are partly used with 15 laps to go. Oh boy, I think that's a mistake. We'll see. I mean, I'm still packed behind freaking slow traffic. Gotta back off on the tires now for Bags as well. Yeah, now there's 15 laps to go. I mean, Lori's tires are going to be baked, or she's going to come in at the end. So, I think that was a mistake. So they know something I don't. Let's go high again. We're only on conserve on the tires, but I just want to... I mean, I'm keeping up at neutral, so... There's Hashimoto in again. Alright, let's see. It might be a little tight here. I gotta make this pass. Gabler having to repair in the pits. That is big. She'll be in there for a while. Not happening. Mia, for whatever reason, you're not getting it done right now. Probably carrying more fuel or some stupid thing. Okay, well, Roberts is going to have to go in soon. Yep, going to go in now. Okay. We just had to wait out the traffic, and we burned a bunch of fuel and tires while trying not to have to do that. And let's see, 12. I think you've got some extra fuel, Will. Let's go see what you can do being aggressive. Didn't work for me, huh? And now it's all a question whether Lori has enough. That's pretty much where we're at here. how much do we have? We've got 11, 10 and a half laps to go. Right about where we want to be fuel-wise, really. We're not going to harvest hardly anything in second place. Bags in 5th. Tried to get by Sevilla and didn't make it. I mean, that's a battle. So we got Holgerson hoping Lori has to pit. And then we got Bags and Sevilla for the sort of number 2 driver for each of our teams. And right now, Spartan winning them both. Spartan was winning them both. Yep. Got to back off now. But Bags getting up 4th. And now the question is he going to have enough fuel left? It's going to be close. I might have to take him down to low later. Whatever. We're going to watch that. Let's go conserve. I pushed him a little bit too hard to get that pass, so I don't know if that's going to work out well for us or not. I want to get as much speed as I can out of Holgerson, because when Lori comes in, if he does, I want to be able to get by. And Lori is backing off on the tires, doesn't have much battery left. But, I mean, this much of a gap, it's really all about whether or not Lori can stay out there. Bags lost the spot back to Sevilla. Not a surprise. Behind is Dutt. So, I mean, we're going to do well in points. 9 points isn't bad, but Spartan is going to be almost even with us if we don't figure this out. So... now, I'm thinking Lori's going to be able to leg this out. So maybe that wasn't as big as a mistake as I thought. I mean, 2nd and 4th, you'd expect to do well, but Spartan does have the top engines of anybody. And they're making that work for him right now. Bags is still right behind Sevilla. Has similar tires. Driving much worse. Has more energy. Holgerson, tons of empty track in front and in back. Yeah, I've got to go low with Bags or he's not going to make it. I just pushed the fuel too hard trying to get by Sevilla. I should have been more patient. And now drops behind Dutt. Oh shoot! I never went hybrid with Holgerson. Oh, doggone it. Totally blew that. You go low. I meant to do that a lap ago. And Laurie's going into the pit. Holgerson takes the lead. And I think she's going to have just enough on low to finish. Bags, I think, can go up to medium after this lap. In the final lap. How much is the lead? 5 seconds in closing. Laurie is charging. Just came in and switched tires probably. Got very little fuel, I'm sure. Yep. Gonna have enough to finish. What about Bags? Should have enough to switch up to medium now. So how does first and fifth look? Looks like we win the race. Well, Maxime Laurie, thank you very much for screwing up your pit stop. 4/100ths of a lap of fuel. 3/100ths. Talk about noticing it at the last second. Laurie does the fastest lap of the race, and it's not enough to catch us. Bags going to come across in fifth. Dutt had almost no tires left. Would have been nice to get Bags up to fourth or third. And you know, I'm starting to have a nightmare about this thing. Because as Bags continues to get weaker, I can just see us holding a small lead the whole time and Spartan taken away from us in the double points at the end. I can see that happening. I mean, I hope it doesn't. But I think, particularly the way I'm just struggling a bit with the strategy. I mean, I can see it happening. I think this is going to be one of those that just goes down to the wire. Laurie with the fastest lap getting... Yeah, that's just bonus points for Spartan. Exactly what we wanted. Pole position for Gabler and Hammer. I think Spartan's going to be up a point on us now. Or no, they won't. I think maybe we tie the race. Is the way it's going to be. Let's wait and see. Dutt broke the rules and Bags gets up to fourth. Thank you for catching that. Oh, thank you so much, GMA. 10-second penalty for Wood from Lockhart. Capello. Rodriguez crashed. Lots of people having problems. Holgerson wins. The two Spartan drivers finish second and third. And Holgerson just barely takes the points lead back from Laurie. Bags holding in fifth, but could still finish as high as third or potentially drop further as he declines more. Okay, it was a 6-point lead, now it's a 7-point lead, so we gain a point. But it's very clearly now, especially with the next two races being fast ones, it's very clearly now down to us and Spartan. Everybody else has fallen away. If Spartan... I really like Spartan to have one more bad race. The lead has been in this general area for, I think, basically since the end of the second race, the last 3-4 races. I don't know if we're the coolest, but we're in first, doggone it. Yeah, Holgerson's 7.0, which she had an 8 in the last race. Prior to that, not so good. So she's up to a 5.4 on the year. More decline from Bags, who had a 3.7. His worth showing form-wise, but as high as he's been. He's been fourth 5 times. So he's been the spot below the podium 4 out of the 5 races. And we do get the bonus for winning. Almost got none. So yeah, it's definitely a tense situation for Wolfhagen. but we're holding out. And our headquarters overall went up to second. We're third before the staff center got completed. That's a nice little boost. But I think the next couple races, Dubai and Guildford, the very middle of the calendar, the middle two races, and Spartan may have the edge on us because of their faster engine. We got the best car overall, but speed is the most important thing on those tracks, and they've got a slight edge there. So I'm hoping in those two we can like hold the line, maintain a 6 or 7 point lead, and then possibly build on it in the races Spartan isn't as strong in. I mean, that's my best idea on what I want to try to do. Our sponsors are not considered great, only 7th. So it's going to be tense. It is going to be tense. But the last race of the first half in Dubai coming up next time. Until then, thanks for watching. Wolfhagen in the lead, but it's not an easy one.